So when you start learning, your teacher is going to give you 1 million things to think about, and your teacher will think about the other 4 million for you. I think of that as part of my job as a teacher, is I'm the extra brain to help you remember the things that you can't possibly remember because you're thinking about these things while all these other things are happening. How you hold your body. Core strength is probably the most important thing that you can think about as a young dancer. Learning how to even stand properly before you start to move and start to dance. Pay attention to what you're doing with your feet. You should pointing your toes within your first year of real ballet classes should become automatic. The best tip I can give you is pay attention to your teacher and do the best you can all the time. When a person starts learning ballet, usually the hands are one of the most difficult things to deal with. When you first start dancing, you're thinking about what your body and your feet and your legs are doing, and you forget your hands. And the most natural thing is, especially with a child, is we see hands splayed out. You need to put your fingers together. So then we see this. We see the fingers squeezed together as hard as possible, and then the thumb sticking up. But what we're going for is, if you think about what your hand does when it hangs by the side of your body, the thumb naturally goes a little bit in front of the palm of the hand to touch your thumb to your second finger right at that second joint. And if you see, naturally when I do that, my fingers spread out. But that first finger is going to naturally be up slightly. And already I look like I have ballerina hands. My tendu is going to start from my heel so that I keep my turn out. The heel moves first, my toes stay on the floor, I lift my instep. You can see the front of my foot here is pushing forward and up to the ceiling. My toes have stayed relaxed on the floor, and then I point all the way to the tips of my toes, and only my toe is touching, and I have no weight on that toe. I can pick it up and not fall over. And when I close, the first thing I do is relax my toes, and I pull my toes back and relax my foot against the floor. Same thing to the side. My heel is going to be the first thing that moves. My heel works its way forward. I keep my toes relaxed on the floor. I'm lifting that top part of my foot all the way to the tip of my toe. Relax my... Another of the million things we need to think about is that our weight needs to stay over the big toe. See, I don't have a straight line anymore. So that if I try to balance, I could very easily hurt my ankles. And if you imagine point shoes where you're standing on the tip of your toe, if you're not over your big toe, you're in danger of breaking your ankle. You want to think about making a straight line from between these two toes, through the ankle, up to the knee, all the way to the top of the head, so that you're straight up and down and you can balance. So as we do our releve, we're thinking, squeeze those legs together, lift the heels as high as they possibly can, this part of the foot over the toes. And that means a lot of strength in our legs, all the way up to your bottom. Work to keep the weight over that big toe rather than back here somewhere. All the way over the big toe. And as you come down, you're going to squeeze those heels forward again.